So here, first of all, agricultural marketing system. In this topic, I will learn three important things. First, the meaning. Second, the marketing system after independence, or what steps has been taken by the government to improve the marketing system in our country after independence. And second, third, that is the problem of agricultural marketing. So these steps has been taken, however, the rural marketing or agricultural marketing are facing a lots of problems. So problem of agricultural marketing, in this topic we will learn. So first, what is the meaning? So agricultural marketing is a process that involves a number of things altogether. So agricultural marketing is a process that involves first assembling, second storage, third processing, fourth transportation, fifth packaging, sixth grading, next distribution of different agricultural commodities across the country, and that is known as agricultural marketing. Okay, so here it is a system in which the farmers can sell their surplus goods at fair price in the wholesale market, or it involves the various market channels which exist, or helps the farmers to sell their products at a reasonable price in the market. So this is the basic meaning of agricultural marketing. So important thing is that what kind of work basically done in the agricultural marketing. So you must remember assembling, storage, processing, transportation, packaging, grading, distribution of different goods and services. Different kinds of goods. Okay. Now the second is the marketing. What steps has been taken by the government, that is the marketing system after independence. So here what measures initiated by the government to improve the agricultural marketing. First is the regulation of markets. So regulation of markets includes a number of things, such as you will write in the first, the market committees ensure that the farmers get reasonable price for their products. Okay, so who will decide? So here the market committees will decide the reasonable price of the products. Second, this measures target organized markets in order to protect the farmers from the exploitation by the workers. Okay, this is the second work of regulation of market. So how the farmers can be protected from the exploitation by the brokers. Next, that is the requirement of what? The policy should be benefited as well as both for the farmers and the consumers. So it also makes some policies and it must be benefited for both. This is the first step. So first, you once again, regulation of markets. First, prepare the policy. Second, it protects the farmers from the brokers. Third, it determines the price, reasonable price for the farmers. This is the three main work of regulation of markets. Second, the provision of physical infrastructure. So yesterday I explained the infrastructure in lots. So what is the physical? That can be touched, that can be measured. Okay, so physical infrastructures includes the strengthening the market channel, or it facilitates the market channel. Second, you can say the development of railways, the development of godowns, cold the storage, processing units, roads, okay, that must be provided to the market so that the market can regulate in a better way, and that is a part of physical infrastructure. Okay, you also mentioned that the infrastructural facilities provides the developmental of high growth rate of economy. We have already discussed. So infrastructure helps to increase the growth rate of the economy, and it also helps in the marketing system. Next is that is the most important, cooperative marketing. So cooperative marketing is nothing but it is realizing fair price for farmers products. Okay, the success of farmers depends on the cooperative market. So here I want to take one example of Amul. Amul comes under the cooperative marketing system. Lijjat Papad is also a part of cooperative marketing systems. So these cooperative market systems help the farmers to increase their per capita income. So in a simple form we can say the success of milk cooperatives in the transforming the social and economic landscape of Gujarat. Some other parts of the country is also some example of cooperatives. Basically, under this system, the farmers get together and form marketing societies to sell the product collectively and take the benefit of collective bargaining to secure a better price for their products. Okay? Due to lack of appropriate link between the marketing and processing cooperatives and lack of finance, cooperatives have received a setback during the recent past. So this is the drawback of cooperative system, because there the financial process creates. Now next is the policy instrument. So policy instruments includes the three important things. First, minimum support price. Second, maintenance of buffer stock, and third, public distribution system. So first, minimum support price. What is minimum support price? So it is the price which is determined by the government to encourage the farmers to sell their products. Okay, when the production increases at a faster rate, in that situation the prices of the agricultural products starts to decline. So the government tries to protect the farmers by providing minimum support price, and that's why it is told that it is the price which encourages the farmers to sell their products at the price which is fixed by the government. Is it clear? Second is the maintenance of buffer stocks. So FCI, Food Corporation of India, maintains the buffer stocks, and it is suitable at the time of food scarcity. When the country faced the problem of food scarcity, at that time the government distribute the food items among the poor peoples, which supports the economic stability. So it is the requirement to make the buffer stock, and minimum support price helps to maintain the buffer stock. Okay, so the government buys the excess supply of food grains from the farmers and maintain buffer stock. Okay, and at the time of emergency it is distributed. Next is the public distribution system. It is also known as the shop of government. Here, through the ration card, the government distribute the food materials among the poor. Here the price is charged very less in compared to the market price. This system operates through fair price shops. So other name of price distribution system is fair price shop, in which essential commodities such as wheat, rice, sugar, kerosene is sold by the government. So in this way we can say that the policy instrument has also helped in the development of agricultural marketing system. Now come to the problems. Here nowadays our agricultural marketing system is facing lots of problems. So first problem is the predominance of market trader. Here the name is that predominance. So previously dominance, the full rights of what? That is the private traders. So they are very rich, they have made dominance on the new traders. So predominance of private traders, what is that? That is the money lenders. You can give some example of money lenders. Okay, big merchants, rich farmers. So these are the predominant people who have made a special these are the people, or these are the group of the people he has the influence in the market. So it is the need for the government to take action against these people, or in a simple way we can say the government should intervene in the matter of private traders. Okay, now second is the distress sale. So what is distress sale? So distress sale means when the farmers do not get the information or perfect information, they are compelled to sell their products. So most of the Indian farmers are poor, as we know that, and they are under the debt traps. As a result, often they are forced to sell their products at a very low price. So in this case, the farmers do not get the fair price of their products. Their income starts to decline and they comes under the grip of the money lenders, brokers, and these peoples always exploit. Okay, so the government should give the proper information regarding the minimum support price or the market conditions, so that the farmers can be protected from the distress sale. Third, that is the lack of transport facilities. In most of the villages have no better road, and that's why it is very difficult to carry their products from the field to the market. So there are no proper roads and transport facilities to help farmers to carry their products to the organized markets, and they do not get the fair price of their products. Sometimes they are forced to sell their products at the village market, and in the village market the price is very low. Now come to the lack of regulated markets. Okay, so what is the regulated market? Hello, नमस्कार. अच्छा ठीक है, नहीं ठीक, ओके सर. So lack of regulated markets, what happens? Okay, so regulation of market by the government is benefited for the farmers, but here the farmers is not regulated. In our country, it is the need of development. According to the data, we know that nearly 27,000 rural periodic markets as regulated in different places, and they have no full potential to provide the better price of the products. So the government should be initiative to regulate the market in a potential matter. Okay, now come to the lack of infrastructural facilities. So here I have discussed the physical infrastructure, and in the physical infrastructure I had taken the godowns, the railways and so on. So here the same thing you will find, lack of infrastructural facilities. So physical infrastructural facilities like, as I told you, warehouse, godowns, cold storage, okay, etc. has been made by the government, because to store the products for a long period by the farmers is a difficult task. Next, they also have no enough capital to construct all these things. All these things means godowns, cold storage and warehouses. So its demand is continuously increasing because farmers are unable to store their products for a long period of time. And next is the long chain of intermediaries. So that is the very harmful word, intermediaries. So there is a long chain of middlemen in our agricultural marketing system, okay, between the cultivator of the products and the ultimate consumers. So what will happen? So most of the profit will goes in the pocket of intermediaries. So the government should be initiative to remove these intermediaries from the markets. So all these intermediaries charges for their services, and hence the return to the actual cultivators starts to fall, or the profit goes in the packet of these intermediaries. So these are the basic problems of agricultural marketing. Okay, so a number of places I told that the government should take initiative, So I should not say such kind of word, because only here I am going to discuss the problem of agricultural marketing. So when I will discuss about the suggestion to improve the agricultural marketing, at that time I should give the suggestions regarding the predominance of private traders, distress sale, lack of transport facilities, lack of regulated market, lack of infrastructural facilities, long chain of intermediaries. So what steps should be taken, I should discuss in the next videos, and the name will be the suggestion to improve the agricultural marketing system in our country. Okay, thank you.